We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this evening on the huddle, I have a question for you. Are you a content creator who's been struggling to grow on YouTube, where you've been working a 9 to 5 job? You have family responsibilities and other personal obligations that you're trying to juggle, but at the same time, to create content on YouTube to grow your small YouTube channel? Well, tonight we're going to go over 5 tips on helping working class content creators like yourself to grow on YouTube while working a 9 to 5 job. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to The Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong, where it's our goal to help working class content creators like yourself to grow your channel, get more views, and to make money online. And so tonight, we're going to just have a hangout of content creators who work a 9 to 5 job, family responsibilities, and other things that are important to us while creating content on YouTube. So if that's you tonight, you're new to YouTube, or you've been doing this for a while and trying to grow your channel, you are in the right place. So let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat if you're watching the replay of this episode of The Huddle Friday night, 8 p.m. Click that replay button, Team Replay, in the comments section. And so without further ado, hey, let's get into the discussion. Let's get into the content on helping you as a working class content creator to grow on YouTube. And, YouTube in today's times, it's become a very crowded and noisy platform. Over 20 million videos are uploaded each day on the platform. We're seeing changes and adjustments to our home pages each day, where you're seeing more and more shorts and more pivoting of the channel, embracing new things like new features and AI technology and YouTube shorts and all various other things. And trying to stand out and grow on YouTube, it can be a challenge, especially like I said, you're working a 9 to 5 job and you're dealing with the pain point. Number one, of you feel like you're too tired to be consistent in uploading video. If you do get a chance to upload a video, and you record it and you edit it and you publish it, man, you feel like you are just exhausted from in recording multiple videos, or if you're just doing one video, or if you're doing a live stream, and then you got to sit down and edit the content, put together your thumbnail, put together your title and your package. That can be exhausting and feel like, man, I want to do this faster. I want to be able to get this content up, not just from a quantity standpoint, but from a quality standpoint. And that can be a major pain point that you can face as a content creator, especially when you're working a 9 to 5 job. And so, tonight we're just gonna talk about some of the pain points we all go through. If you're joining me in the live chat and you don't hear your pain point that you're dealing with, let me know in the chat, as a content creator, a pain point that you are dealing with. Another pain point that we as content creators can deal with is getting low views of anywhere from 20 to 50 views, and we feel like we've just kind of hit a ceiling where we're just not, the channel's not growing, the video is not getting seen in front of the audience that we would hope that it would get in front of. We're uploading content consistently, but it just doesn't seem like we're not making any traction. You may be using the search strategy or trying to, get your content found in search and trying to rank in search, and you just feel like you're just not getting any traction. You're not getting any feedback from another creator or viewers in the comment section, and it can be frustrating. That can be a pain point. A third pain point that you could probably be dealing with is where you feel burnt out. You just feel burnt out, and we've talked quite a bit about this topic here on the huddle over the last few weeks about what to do when you're dealing with burnout as a content creator. And sometimes you're asking the question after you're doing video after video, live stream after live stream, and you say, man, is YouTube still worth it? Is it still worth it to create content on YouTube? As crowded as a platform that it is, it's changing, and it's becoming a multi-format uh, platform for content creators, and it makes you wonder, is it still worth it? Or you say, man, I need to take a break and I need to step away, and you don't tend to quit on your YouTube channel, but you find yourself taking long breaks of quitting from uploading videos for a period of time, and now you're struggling to get back into that creative rhythm. We've all been there, and these are real pain points that we as working class content creators on YouTube go through. The question is, how do we deal with some of these pain points that we talked about? One example, when touching on burnout, there are times you need to prioritize self-care as a priority in your life. Your mental health, your mental space should be a priority. Yes, you want to grow on YouTube. Yes, you want to get likes, you want to get comments, you want the content that you put out, you want to feel like that it is relevant and it is connecting with not just the small community that you have, but a broader audience. And the only way you're going to be able to see that manifest itself and see that become a reality, you got to prioritize self-care as important in your life. You have to, as a content creator, because if you're not careful, you're going to end up causing yourself to be on the hamster wheel of YouTube, spinning, 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 and spinning. You understand that YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon, but yet you get on this hamster wheel, and you just feel like you're going, as Luther Vandross says, going in circles, as the late Luther Vandross once said in a song. You feel like you're just going in circles, and you can't seem to get off that hamster wheel. And the only way you're going to get off that hamster wheel is prioritize self-care. That's how you're going to address the pain point of burnout and lack of motivation. And then the pain point of low views, and you feel like you just hit a ceiling. You have to take that step back, and as you kind of get your focus and perspective back, begin to take a deeper look at your channel and how it's performing. What you may perceive as a lack of performance and a lack of views could be just simply steady growth, steady organic growth that's just taking time. But taking the step back and reaching out to a gentleman like 24-hour boss Brian in the chat and say, hey, come alongside me and let's look at my YouTube channel together and see what's going on. You may want to pull a James Bush from Prayer Request Live, who's in the chat, and say, hey, look, I've been uploading, live streaming, and going live each day, doing daily content, and this is just wearing me out. And him taking the time to share his advice and his experience and how he went through that and what pivot and changes that he needed. So being able to pull back, connect with another content creator who can give you an objective view on what's going on in your channel, and you may come to understand what you're just experiencing is some slow, steady, organic growth. Let's take another step further. You know, some people say, man, I try to go into my YouTube analytics, and it sometimes can be I feel like it's very overwhelming. I don't know where to start with the data. Well, YouTube has heard that pain point from a lot of content creators who have yet to be able to grasp understanding how the YouTube analytics works. And I believe that's the reason why they rolled out certain AI features like the YouTube Ask Studio feature, where you can be able to ask the AI and say, how is my videos performing through that AI feature? How is my how what type of response am I getting from my audience in my comment section? What strategy can I use to be able to create new content that will help me to start growing and getting past that ceiling? What that AI studio feature is going to do is it's going to give you some needed feedback. Now, someone would say, well, isn't that Gemini incorporated in YouTube, the YouTube studio? Yes, it is. It is. And it's kind of giving you your data of what videos you've posted or what shorts you've posted or what lives you've done. It's giving you some feedback to show you what is working and what needs to be improved on. Part of the pain point for a working class content creator is when they constantly feel like they've just hit that glass ceiling and can't get past 50 views or 100 views or 1,000 views, and you feel like there's no feedback. YouTube is trying to give us feedbacks in the important areas. We just need to be able to seize the opportunity in the moment to do so. And then in the area of feeling like that you just feel like you just don't have enough time to create content, that pain point, learning to master the art of batching. And instead of just spending a day and recording one or two videos, and then moving on to working on your video package and your title and your thumbnail and the editing, batch out X amount of videos that you may need to record. And then after you've batched out X amount of videos, then concentrate working on the video package. Concentrate working on the video package. Working on your topic of why you've created this video. Looking at doing some research. Who are your competitors who've created similar content like this? And what type of response has those videos gotten? And if they've gotten a very positive response, what missed opportunities can you find in the comment section that the content creator didn't address? And you can put more emphasis in the videos you put together, in the topic, and in the package you put together, so that you put the video or the live stream in the best position to be able to perform and get in front of the right audience. If you take this approach with your content, you're going to be able to deal with the pain points that you deal with. Now, these were just 3 examples. When I did some research through Chat GPT and said, give me 7 of the top pain points that YouTube content creators go through, especially those that work a 9-to-5 job. These were top primary of the 3, but this may not be your pain point. So if you're listening to me in the chat tonight, put in the chat, what's a pain point for you? And if you've had a pain point, what have you done to address and to overcome that pain point? Which brings me to tip number 2. Having content pillars for your YouTube channel. What type of content pillars do you have for the channel? If you are a platform or a channel that wants to build community involvement on your YouTube channel, you want to get people involved. And I was just watching a YouTube channel yesterday, watching the San Antonio Spurs play the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I'd been kind of checking this guy out for a while. But while I was, listening to the game and everything on YouTube, I said, let me go to his channel. Let me look at what is his content pillars about? What is the goal of his channel? And he had a really heavy focus on community building. And he was using particular NBA basketball as the content to build that community. And I said, wow, here's a guy who does live streaming reaction of basketball games, who is using people's interest in watching the NBA playoffs, and he's being successful in building a solid community. Now, was his channel blowing up over 25,000 to 100,000 subscribers with a silver play button? No. I think he was averaging somewhere between 2,500 to 5,000. But he had a decent amount of people watching him on the live stream, somewhere maybe 250 to 300. And the focus was, the content pillar was building a solid community where people had a safe place to come. Well, what's your content pillar for your YouTube channel? What's your content pillar? And if you say, I've never really thought about that, that could be an indication why you are struggling and not growing on YouTube. Since coming back to the huddle and relaunching and rebranding the huddle, there has been more of an emphasis focused for me on helping working class content creators who have a busy schedule and have family obligations. They're married, they have children, but they want to grow on YouTube. I can identify with that. I know what the different pain points are. And so that's one of my content pillars. A second content pillar for me is, yes, building community of those who are like-minded with working class content creators. Because if you go on YouTube, particularly with some of the large established content creators, what are they focused on? They're not focused on primarily as creators like me and you. They're focused on individuals who have a desire to go full time on YouTube. And if that's what you're after and that's what you're looking for, hey, that's the lane you should be going after. But what I've come to understand with individuals like Brian and James and others who may be in the chat, that's not what their goals are. Their goals is to grow on YouTube, but make money online and grow their channel. But still, they're working a 9 to 5 job. They still have a career. And we've become the audience, if you will, that's kind of been forgotten by the more established large YouTubers. And someone has to say, man, we need to start creating content that's going to help each and every one of us grow, because we all have the story and the journey of what it takes to create content, but yet still have those challenges of when you have to take your daughter to dance recital, or you take your son to basketball practice, or you have a commitment with your wife because she wants to go see Denzel Washington, the latest episode of The Equalizer, and you're like, man, I need to go live. I need to upload and work on some content. That's real. That's real. And so having a content pillars, preferably 2 to 3 content pillars that you can build your channel upon. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this episode of The Huddle tonight, where we're talking about helping working class content creators grow on YouTube, make more money, and get views online, click that like button for me. For those of you who are watching me vertically or watching me horizontally, give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat. Give me that thumbs up, which takes me now to tip number 3. What type of content planning are you doing? Are you just being spontaneous and just uploading content each week or each day, hoping that something will click? Hey, something will catch and go viral? Hey, I'm here to tell you that that's like a wish and a prayer. And you could put a wish and a prayer together. You're praying is a request, asking God to do something for you, or you're just wishing that something will happen by just, I saw a funny Geico commercial where the guy talks about, he wants to have luck. And so the gecko begins to tell the gentleman, don't throw pennies into the pond to to be able to save money. But for some reason, he came to the conclusion that he wanted to throw his phone into to the water, and it started ringing. My man was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I'm going in after it." And I said, "Wow, the things people do to wish to see things accomplished, but yet have no real planning to try to make that happen." If you are a working class content creator and you've been on YouTube for a while and you've been just seeing low views and the channel is just not really organically growing, you gotta again to put a plan together. Put a plan together that's going to help you. So if you struggle with making content, put a plan together where you're going to say, "Hey, okay, I'm going to plan out me a couple of live streams twice a month, and then after I do those live streams, I'm going to have 3 to 5 bullet points in those live streams. Those 3 to 5 bullet points are going to be my horizontal long form videos, 3 to 5 minutes. And then I'm going to go to Opus clips and let it create me anywhere from 10 to 15. You see how you're starting to generate more content to work with where you won't feel like that you're tired and exhausted? You see how if you begin to plan these things out and you're intentional about how these live streams are put together, and you sit down and run a show together, and you do that over the next 6 months, and then as you put this content together, you evaluate it not day after day, week after week, but you evaluate it over the next 90 days based on the performance of you planning it out. So that way you won't feel like you're always tired to record a video. That way you won't feel like you're not being consistent and feeling like you can't edit fast enough. Now, that's just planning out live streaming. You can do the same thing with videos. The bottom line is if you want to grow on YouTube, you got to plan your content out. You got to be intentional about how you plan. If you want to bring on guests for your live stream, you got to begin to look at other YouTubers who have the similar interest in niche content that you are creating, and then do your homework on the guest before you invite them. Or, if you see that they're going to be live on a similar content creator that you've watched, it gives you an opportunity to kind of feel them out, look at their channel, and then maybe do a discovery call. And then after doing the discovery call, you put your dates in place on who you're going to bring on for your live stream or collaborate with in your next video. Content planning should be an important part of you trying to grow on YouTube, growing on YouTube. And then tip number 4, you got to have a content strategy. You got to have a content strategy with the content that you're putting out. We talked about in terms of how you plan out your live streams or how you plan out your next uploaded of the videos that will help you save time in editing and being more consistent, with that content that you put out, looking at the goal of each live stream, looking at the goal of the audience that you're trying to reach and what you're trying to accomplish with each video. Are you trying to get more subscribers or are you trying to get more views? Having a strategy with all the content that you're putting out, so that way you can see growth, you can see where your retention is, and you can see where your engagement is. I'm going to say that again because that's important. As you plan out and you strategize this content, you look at the growth that the channel starts to get, even if it's slow and steady, the growth, where your retention is, where people click onto the video and how long they click on, and then if they drop off, where they're dropping off, and where your engagement is. Have a strategy, particularly in those areas, so that way you can grow. And don't get discouraged. I know it's challenging for all of us, but I've had my moments as well. Well, I just kind of feel like, man, you know, I believe in the message. I had to keep telling myself, you got to believe in this. You're a working class content creator. You have family, you have responsibilities. You don't have the luxury of going full time on YouTube and just creating content all day. That comes with a big responsibility because okay, if like I said before, if you're looking to go full time, I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but you also have to look at okay, if you were working a 9 to 5 job and you had a salary of 65 to $70,000, what is it going to take for you to be able to, before you hit 1,000 subscribers and before you hit 4,000 hours of watch time, what is your strategy going to do to help you to replace that full-time salary? Are you going to do it through digital products? Are you going to do it through affiliate marketing? Are you going to do it through merchandise? You got to have a strategy to replace this physical income. And then you also need to keep in mind, okay, who's going to handle the medical, dental, and vision benefits in the home? Okay, where are you going to get the benefits for if you get sick? You're quite sure you've seen that Aflac commercial with the duck. Oh, well, what happens if your voice is not in the position to create content and you have sponsors and brand deals that want you to produce videos? Who's going to pay for the short-term disability with Aflac? That's my impression. You can clip that. Aflac. Who's going to replace that? Who's going to help with the dental insurance? Who's going to help with the vision insurance? Who's going to help with the retirement money? Again, if you want to go full time, these are the things you have to think about. But when you're a working class content creator, you know, okay, the medical and the dental and the benefits, you're paying for those. But yet you have only X amount of time to be able to create content. And so you got to plan this stuff out. You got to have a strategy to grow on YouTube and to grow your channel and get views and to make money online. You got to have a monetization strategy. Though you haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet, though you haven't hit 4,000, some of the things that I'm working on primarily is digital products, physical merchandise through shirts and hoodies and hats. Like I said, digital products and downloads, affiliate marketing. We're starting with those 3 buckets and then, grow accordingly. Again, having a strategy, a monetization strategy before you hit that threshold, whether if it's 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours or of watch time or 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this episode tonight, I see you in the chat. Those of you who are live, let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat. Watching the replay vertically or horizontally, give me a hashtag Team Replay. If you are new to the huddle and you want to grow your channel as a working class content creator, get more views and make money online, subscribe to the channel and be a part of the huddle community where we're focused on not just making an impact on the videos we make today, but making it an impact that leaves a legacy for generations to come 3 to 5 years later. Which brings me to my last point. Learn to leverage AI technology and the AI tools that you're using to buy back your time. You learn to leverage the AI tools that you are using to buy back your time so that way you can focus on those pain points that we talked about. Whether if those AI tools are Chat GPT, where you need to work on your video description and you need to make it more SEO friendly, using Chat GPT to help you to put your video script together, or Gemini or Claude, using Chat GPT or Gemini to help you with a run a show for your live stream. Leverage AI tools to help you to buy back your time. You need help with your thumbnails. Begin to commit yourself to have a growth mindset to learn how to use things like Nana Banana and Gemini to help you with making better thumbnails. Leverage AI technology or AI tools that will help you if you're trying to put together digital products for a downloadable free giveaway, so that way you can build your email list as the channel starts to grow and building your community. You can use these AI tools to leverage and buy back your time. This is going to help you as a working class content creator. Now, if you've been a person that's been on the fence and you say, well, AI, I just don't understand it, I feel like it's just going to replace and take people's jobs. I get that. I get that side of the argument. But here is my counter, not argument, but my counter response to your concerns. If you are a person who needs help with writing better descriptions for your videos, and instead of you going to someone on Fiverr to help you with video scripts and descriptions, try the free version of Chat GPT to help you with some of your descriptions on your next couple of videos that you make. Test them out. Be willing to experiment. And if you begin to see a higher click-through rate and more views coming through versus before you were kind of putting together the same title in the YouTube title and repeating it in the description, nah, that's not going to work. But if you leverage AI technology and the tools to help you to make better video descriptions and better titles and thumbnails, hey, you just saved yourself some money where you don't have to go on Fiverr. Let's take it a step further. Instead of you going to Fiverr to help you to get someone to clip up your videos to do your YouTube shorts, maybe take out a subscription of Opus or Nexus clips and have them produce a couple of clips for you of some of your best moments in your video or your live stream, and see what type of, especially if you want to try to build and develop a shorts audience, try it out for 30 days and or 90 days and see what type of response or feedback that you're getting. Most importantly, what you're going to find is you're going to save a lot of time and you're going to save a lot of money. You're going to save a lot of money. Now you say, am I not, causing the person who may do the video editing? Aren't they losing opportunities? For me, yeah, but it's putting money in your pocket. It's putting money in your pocket, and now that camera you've been wanting to save up for, you can now get that DSLR or mirrorless camera by you saving up your money because you're not spending it towards Fiverr. You see the strategy here? You see how we're leveraging AI tools to buy back time and buy back money? It's said, don't work harder, work smarter. Don't work harder, work smarter. So that's the content. That's the content. My man Brian says, I like your outline for the live stream to copy this. Hey man, you're free. I got your email. You let me know what I need to send to you. If you have Canva, let me know if you have Canva. I will send you a link and you can be able to see my outline and be able to adjust it according to what you're looking to accomplish. My goal here on the huddle is just to encourage and help other working class content creators like yourself. We helping one another to grow. What they say, all ships rise with rising tides. As the tide rise, all ships rise as well. And so, if you have Canva, let me know in the chat, or like I said, I'll send you an email with the link. All you got to do is accept it, and it'll give you access to my outline, and then you can adjust it accordingly. So you just let me know, and we'll make that happen. That's our content tonight. Just wanted to come on tonight, despite how tired um, I may be, and it's been a long work day and everything. I didn't want to miss this opportunity to be with you in the huddle, and not just go live to be going live for the sake of it, but to share some relevant and vital, important information to encourage you as a content creator. I believe in you. I believe in what you're trying to create on YouTube, and I count it a privilege to be able to walk alongside you to watch your channel blow up and the channel take off and really connect with the audience you want to reach. And if I can play a small part of that here with the huddle, hey, I count it a privilege and an honor. So I'm looking forward to seeing great things from you as a content creator, especially to those of you who are watching the replay up to this point. I'm looking forward to the great things that you are going to continue to accomplish in this second quarter of this year. Looking forward to it. So I appreciate you taking the time, whether watching me live or watching the replay, to be here on the huddle tonight. So we're going to go ahead and bring this train into the station. And again, I want to encourage you, if you're looking to grow as a working class content creator and growing your channel and get more views and make money online, subscribe to the channel, because we got some great things coming in this second quarter, and we want you to be a part of it. So you got to subscribe. You got to click the alert notification button. That'll let you know when we go live or when we upload our next video. You won't miss this content. So with that said, we're going to bring this train in the station, and we will see you this Sunday night, 8 p.m. We go live every Friday night, 8 p.m., and Sunday night, 8 p.m. We'll see you on Sunday, 8 p.m. on the huddle. God bless.